You can learn a lot about a career by looking at job postings. If you've searched for opportunities in the data space, you may have noticed different data-related job titles with similar responsibilities, or postings with similar titles listing different responsibilities. Here's an example. At one company, the role of data analyst will focus on using statistics and models to craft insights that inform business decisions. Another job with the same title at a different company may focus on optimizing the tools and products that automate analytical processes. One reason for these inconsistencies is that data tasks and responsibilities are dependent on an organization's data, team structure, and how they make use of insights and analytics. As such, some organizations choose to be very specific with responsibilities. Others leave job tasks quite broad in scope. That's why this program refers to the field as a career space. With that said, when you're comparing positions that have similar titles, I encourage you to classify them based on the skills used in their day-to-day activities. Two of the most common titles are data analyst and data scientist. These can cover a wide range of job responsibilities, many of which you'll gain experience with in this program. Traditionally, a data scientist was expected to be a 3-in-1 expert in data analytics, statistics, and machine learning. But not all employers use these conventions when writing their job descriptions. Generally, any role that includes analytics expects candidates to be able to function as technically skilled social scientists, looking for patterns and identifying trends within big data sets. Also, they develop new inquiries and questions as they uncover the stories inside their data. Their hard work can help steer a company's future actions and guide decision-making. They allow their organizations to keep a finger on the pulse of what's going on in the business, interpreting and translating key information into visualizations such as graphs and charts, allowing every stakeholder to understand their findings. At times, they may be tasked with creating computer code and models to recognize patterns in the data and make predictions. When you investigate job postings, you'll encounter other titles with similar responsibilities. For example, junior data scientist entry level, associate data scientist, or data science associate. All of these roles include a mix of technical and strategic skills to help others make informed decisions. In your career, you might encounter other professionals in roles that use data and analytical skills. Some of these may overlap with the skills you will learn, but these roles are specific to certain tasks or are supervisory positions. Let's take a look at a few. Data scientists depend on systems within their companies to collect, organize, and convert raw data. Designing and maintaining these processes are some of the most important responsibilities of a data engineer. Their goal is to make data accessible so that it can be used for analysis. They also ensure that the company's data ecosystem is healthy and produces reliable results. These positions are highly technical and typically deal with the infrastructure for data, usually across an entire enterprise. You also need to have the ability to get data before it even makes sense to talk about data analysis. Most of the technical work leading up to the birthing of the data may comfortably be called data engineering, and everything done once some data have arrived is data science. Similar to how a data engineer oversees the data infrastructure, there are data roles that manage all aspects of data analytics projects for a company. Insights managers or analytics team managers often supervise the analytical strategy of the team or of the organization as a whole. As a data analyst, you will likely report to someone working in this capacity. They are often responsible for managing multiple groups of customers and stakeholders, and they're often a hybrid between the data scientist and the decision maker. Since this combination of skills is rare, these positions are often more difficult to fill. This role can have other titles like Analytics Team Director, Head of Data, or Data Science Director. You may encounter another job role in your scan of job postings, Business Intelligence Engineer or Business Analyst. This role is highly strategic, focused on organizing information and making it accessible. BI analysts synthesize data, build dashboards, and prepare reports to address specific needs for a business or requests from leadership. If you're interested in learning more about business intelligence and its opportunities, I encourage you to look into the Google Business Intelligence Certificate. Now that you have some idea of the roles found within the data analytics career space, we will begin to take a closer look at how data professionals function, within their larger organizations. Compared with many other professions, the data career space is relatively young. This application of data-driven work in organizations has grown exponentially in the last several decades, which means there are many different opportunities and much job security for you in the future. Now that organizations have the technical capacity to take on their own data-focused work, they're looking for people like you with the right skills to fill these jobs. Traditionally, companies have filled jobs in the data career space with those from computer engineering backgrounds or from statistics. Increasingly, there's been a shift towards de-emphasizing engineering and instead promoting analytical skills. These skills can be learned in different forums, like the program that you're currently enrolled in. Let's look at a scenario. Let's say that an enthusiastic and enterprising person, that's you, is starting a new position at a company as a data professional. Your company is a recognized leader in its industry. Its workforce spans the globe, and you are its newest member. It's your first day on the job, and you are ready to start working. During your orientation, your company grants you systems access and onboarding documentation. You're starting to have a clearer picture of how information is generally shared with employees. You still have many questions about the responsibilities of the position. Later, you watch a video from the quarterly review meeting led by a company executive. Watching the presentation, you get insight into the quarterly budget, recent client interactions, and some general information on an upcoming project. You now have a broad understanding of the company. At this point, you still lack details about your specific responsibilities. During your first week, you're invited to a virtual meeting of the data professionals involved on the project that you've been assigned to. As each data professional outlines their job responsibilities, you take note of the differences among them. After each participant speaks, you begin to realize that not all data tasks are universal, and that many data professionals end up adapting to meet the needs of the current project and the needs of the data. When you're new to a job, I would discourage you from over-specializing immediately. Instead, taking on a variety of tasks within a project is a great way for newer data professionals to continue developing their skill set. As a member of a larger group of data professionals, you're able to observe and learn from your team members. Once the analytical process is complete, the results of the project will need to be shared, allowing everyone in the organization to have access to the information. This includes building user-friendly interfaces and communicating the findings to different departments. Working for a large company means there's a good chance that you will be dealing with vast amounts of information. This will require more work than a single data professional can reasonably provide. Because of this, you might encounter scenarios where organizations have created teams of data professionals. Throughout the rest of this section, you'll take a closer look at how complex organizations are incorporating data professionals through data teams and the division of responsibilities within these teams.